Joe, I've it's what a bizarre world since we met,
Very.
and so I've been sucked into to call it the center right of Europe is a little bit of a misnomer because they're all socialists as far as I'm concerned, Giorgia Meloni and everybody else. But compared to the far left, they're labeled as neo-Nazis. But I've been traveling to Europe, interacting with these people. You think it was bad for us. The European Union, the UK, and the Canada were an order of magnitude worse. That we should be so grateful that we live in this country at this time and that we still have something like a functioning constitution with the First and Second Amendment. Look at the poor suckers in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Remind yourself it could be a heck of a lot worse here, and it has been a heck of a lot worse in Europe. I've got buddies in Romania, in the leading alternative party, calling it center right, let's say, but recently I think it was the vice president that came out and said specifically that last election was stolen. It was in Romania. Georgescu, they tried to put in jail, and the logic was that I think it was TikTok supporting his campaign had been sponsored by the Russians. It was the same game that they played against Trump of Russian collusion. They played that same book in Romania successfully. But in the European Union environment, under the European Council, they don't, they ain't got a constitution. And they can just step right in and throw you in jail, inactivate your candidacy, do whatever if you represent a populist threat to the existing structure. We talk about the deep state, but it doesn't, it's a problem here. But Mike Benz I defer to as a notable expert in that space. But it's a lot worse in Europe and Australia and Canada and the UK